Hi, I'm Tony Spivey with Hillside Christmas Tree Farm. I thought I'd do a 2024 recap while I got kind of the equipment running, burning the gas out, winterizing them, getting them ready for the next season, letting them sit all summer. So let me put on the gimbal. We'll kind of walk around the barn area and talk about some things that worked well this season. All right, kind of starting out with some things that worked. Earlier this year I replaced these tree holders. They held up really good, didn't wobble at all. Kind of got some gravel in there, a nice treated post. Should last for many years to come. Another thing that worked really well was our pre-cuts, right? This was the area we set up our pre-cuts. I think we had about 30 on display. I actually sold more pre-cuts this year than I did the last, since I've really been doing this, I think combined. So did really well with pre-cuts. Again, I took them out of some of the fields that we wanted to kind of clear the land and really priced them below kind of our sale price. Again, still capitalizing and making a profit on them, but just trees that were lesser quality, but I did pretty well, and I was pretty happy with that. I didn't really push them, but it worked well. People just wanted kind of smaller trees. Some were actually pretty tall, 7 to 9. Our season overall went well. We sold more trees. We were only open 3 weekends this year. Last year we were open 5, but there was a big farm outside of Ann Arbor that closed this year, and I think a lot of the customers came to us in that way. Another thing that we had on site was an ATM. I made this little shed here to kind of house that. I'm kind of a security nut, so I didn't really push it or broadcast or advertise it that we had it, but people that came on site just to know that we had that option. I felt that I really needed it because of the stuff that I was trying to push inside the barn, the retail items. I felt people will come here with a plan to spend a certain amount of money on a tree, but if they needed that extra, they needed to give them access to do it, right? Having them leave off site, they're not going to come back and buy a shirt or a snowman or whatever it was. So, yeah. What else worked? Our tractor trailer system, how we control the ropes. I don't think we had any trees cut out of no cut areas. It was very busy, but very steady, and I don't feel like we got overwhelmed. Last year with my back, I stayed in the kitchen. The kitchen did very well. I think we doubled our revenue in that this year. So pretty happy with that. My wife was very happy with the window and the new pay window that I added inside the money hut. Earlier this year, the 3000 broke the exhaust manifold, so I kind of put a Band-Aid on that. That held up well. Yeah. Another thing I'm pretty happy with is our parking. Last year, we have a pretty good amount of parking. I think just in the main lot we have probably about an acre, and it kind of goes from that telephone there all the way down to that telephone pole is kind of the main area, and then over to the far side is kind of the overflow, and could even do more parking there. It's wide enough to do a row along the fence, 2 rows in the center, and then a row along the tree line, which I went with the pole pruner this year to clean up that edge, and it worked. People would park in the middle. They'd only form 1 row in the middle, but that's okay. But it worked. We added some gravel kind of down toward this other fence that would get pretty muddy, so we had to reinforce that a little bit. Overall, the greeter area here works well. Some things that didn't work is I need to put some signs around, the greeter hut a little bit better, and the money hut to kind of push people inside. The barn just kind of sits there, and a lot of people don't know that there are things inside of it. So I have to make some signage so that people can be aware that they can go inside. There's a display, there's food, there's some other things that they could purchase. Just need to kind of make people aware of that a little bit better. Another thing that we do, this is the tractor loading area. I don't have the signs out or anything, but we kind of show them an empty wagon, right? They unload over there where all that Other side where the white green fences are, the white fence, that's kind of the tree processing area. Then the tractor pulls up here and people will get on here. The saws are there on the right, showing them an empty wagon. I think it's a good logistics. Get a lot of compliments on kind of our operation and how things flow. Again, people park on that side and are not in their cars out here. We do let them drive. We have the signs they enter on the far side of the parking lot, so it doesn't get too chaotic. Now, I'm only selling maybe 30% of the trees than my eventual top end goal is, but who knows what that'll look like in the future. So yeah, overall a good year. I'm happy. Dad's happy. Dad's in Florida, living the life. I think it was 15 degrees out when I came this morning, probably maybe about 20 now. Nice and sunny though, it's good. Snow on the ground, winterizing the equipment. On to 2025. Some goals for this year. I think I'll do in a separate video. So yeah, it's a good year. I'm happy with it. Looking forward to this year. Tree growing, tree planting. A lot of things I want to do, but I'll talk about that, I think, in this next video. So talk soon. Happy New Year.